Hello again. I'm back on my soapbox. Well, I just got a very, very disturbing thing, I guess. I don't know. A friend of mine is studying criminal justice. And this is an old case. I've just read it, watched it. It's back in 2015, 14 or 15. Uh, the shooting death of Laquan McDonald in Chicago. It all leads to police corruption and government corruption. It's fucking disgusting. Laquan McDonald, a black youth, 17 years old, gunned down in the streets of Chicago by this piece of shit, Jason Van Dyke. Uh, Shot this kid 17 or 16 times with because he was acting suspicious. Said he had a knife, didn't have a knife, had a cell phone. Obviously, the kid died at Sinai Hospital. Watched the trial, the jury verdict, found him guilty of second-degree murder, 16 counts of what the hell is it? Um, Aggravated battery with a firearm. 16 counts for every shot he fired into this kid. Now, I found out, and this is the truly remarkable thing, that second degree murder has different definitions for every state, which is retarded. It's fucking disgusting. So depending on where you live, it could mean different things and hold different penalties. So basically, second degree murder is different from first degree murder in that first degree murder you have to have premeditation. So you have to have planned to go out and kill somebody. Second degree is you don't have the premeditation. You just say, oh, well, okay, boom, you're dead. I didn't plan it, but there it is. Now, in Chicago or in Illinois, second degree murder carries a penalty of between 4 and 20 years in prison. Mandatory, okay? Mandatory minimum of 4 years, maximum of 20 years. That's the law, right? Okay, now, here's where it gets really jacked up. Aggravated battery with a firearm in Illinois, mandatory minimum, is 6 years, with a maximum of between 30 and 60 years. It's a pretty big gap right there for the maximum, right? This cocksucker, for second degree murder and 16 counts, 1-6, of aggravated battery with a firearm, for every bullet that he fired into this kid, which just the bare minimums should have netted this guy 100 years behind bars, got him less than 7 years in prison. Let that sink in. 7 years, less than 7 years. Why? Because he was a fucking cop. He was a cop. It's the only reason that I can think of. The system lied for him. They covered up for him. He lied on his paperwork. He falsified statements and reports, filed false reports. He had other people, other cops, falsified documents, official police documents. He was also, one of his other charges were police official misconduct. He was found not guilty of that for filing his false reports. Where does it end? You wonder why I tell you the cops are not on your side? Qualified immunity? I'm glad this cocksucker got charged with this shit. I can't imagine what the family's going through with this 7-year sentence. They should have buried this prick under the fucking jail. Now, I don't know what this Laquan McDonald guy was like. It doesn't matter. The coroner doing the autopsy said this kid was shot while he was on the ground. What justifies 16 shots? I know the cops suck at shooting. They're terrible. They probably couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat. But 16 bullets to this kid? Come on. I mean, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. This is ridiculous. And I'm sure if you look, there's thousands of cases like this. If you ever find yourself in court and a cop is a witness against you, have your lawyer find a Supreme Court decision that allows police to lie and have that cop removed as a witness. There is a case that from the Supreme Court that allows the cops to lie in pursuing their job, because that will go to their credibility. And pray the judge allows it. Because if not, you're screwed. Because the entire system is going to be geared against you. Because that thin blue line, you see this, pretend this is the thin blue line. Because we're down here. It's us against them. They're not your friends. They're not your buddies. I don't care if they're your neighbors. Whatever you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to remain silent. The question is, do you have the ability? Close your pie hole when dealing with the cops and record everything. In the name of Zeus's butthole, don't talk to cops. You will regret it. Don't live on your knees. Stand and fight. Please.